Let me ask you this, because this is kind of the watermark question, and I have trouble answering this myself. You're in Iraq. Go back to when you were in Fallujah. You're in Iraq, serving your country, upholding and defending the Constitution, by the way, against enemies foreign and domestic. And, you come across somebody, you think they have information that could save the lives of your brothers and sisters in arms over there. All you have to do is some heavy-handed interrogation. Now, would you do it?
Heavy-handed interrogation, if by that you mean appropriate use of intellectual and interrogation.
Well, you're saving lives, so let's say whatever it takes. You go Jack Bauer on the guy.
Absolutely not. And this is why I don't trust the government with the death penalty either. I don't trust our government, our judicial system. I wouldn't trust my own judgment, and I certainly would not trust military intelligence enough to torture somebody for two reasons. One, if they're wrong and the guy doesn't have the information, it is fundamentally an absolute violation of his rights and disgustingly inhumane. And the second is that the information confessed will likely be wrong. And while you might think, well, we're going to kill some of the wrong brown people, that has, not that makes it any more moral, but that absolutely has direct repercustions for us. And this is one of the things that led to the invasion of Iraq in the first place, or at least contributed to it, was, I apologize, I don't have the names for this, but, when Colin Powell testified at the UN with his little bottle of Nutmeg or whatever it is, and everybody said, okay, let's go to Iraq. He also based part of that on testimony, making the Iraq al-Qaeda connection, and it was basically that Saddam Hussein had promised to train and equip certain al-Qaeda operatives, but it was later revealed, of course, very slowly and quietly, that first, that information was gained under the duress of torture, and second, that it had been completely rescinded by the guy being tortured. So, and that's a huge example where, you torture someone, they give you false information so that you stop torturing them, and... Which is what we would all do. Yeah, and this is why, this is just part of the nature of torture. No one is... no one is, has an inhuman ability to tolerate pain, or at least most humans don't. You put them under enough physical pain, they will say anything to make it. Well, our Jekylls are trained on this. Look, if it's so good, why won't Dick Cheney do it just to see how it feels? Why won't he let us waterboard him on national TV? I'd pay-per-view that one, man. Well, every time there was valuable intelligence gained under torture, there was that valuable intelligence that gave Colin Powell the lies to convince America to go to war in Iraq. And even Cheney couldn't deny that because he knows that there were no weapons of mass destruction and no al-Qaeda Saddam Hussein connection has been substantiated. I don't think he would agree with you to this day. I think he's sticking with it. Find some rhetorical way to weasel out of it. That's what he's good at. Talk about swine. We know their names. We could eliminate them and eradicate the swine all over. And I know, Adam, you're going to do that. I really support you heavily, and I'm so glad that you have decided. What an ominous task to take on, to put yourself out like this and run for Congress, and I can't think of too many people better to do this. So I really want everybody to support what you're doing. I want, first of all, if you can contribute, do, but just get his press release out everywhere. Try to drum up some support. Again, this is a U.S. congressman we might be talking about, so this will affect all of us. If you know people in New Mexico, definitely get the word out. Exactly. To get his press release, you can go again to kokesh.blogspot.com. You can go to draftkokesh.com, kokeshforcongress.com. Again, that's spelled Kokesh. And help if you can, and if you have local people, we have so many out there that are running, help them too, not just before they get elected, but after. They're really going to need your help. I wish you the best of luck, although I don't think you need it. You really make your own luck here, Adam, and I know you're doing that. I look forward to seeing you here in a couple of weeks in Austin, Texas. Thanks for being on the show, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it. All right, man. Have a good day. You too. Have a good day, sir. Good stuff. I could just talk to that guy for hours. I know you could, too.
Can't wait to have him back. And we have a lot of great guests planned for you next week. I hope you tune in. Tell people about American Freedom Radio and Deadline Live. I'll be going for a working weekend here. Hope to see some of you around town. Until then, I'll see you next Monday. I'm Jack Blood saying, be bold and mighty forces will come to your aid.